Hopefully this works this time. I will check it in just a moment here, but let's let him talk. I will delete that other stream because it did not stream correctly. Let's see. Okay, the image seems to be streaming now. So, playing a modded out playthrough of Devils Delivered in the UC Vanguard questline. I will update the title and description of this kind of like after the recording. Hopefully we'll have times to
that won't
test
be
those
necessary.
mods.
The trade authority isn't interested in employing someone so unreliable. But we would like the money he owes us. If you can convince him to pay his debts, we'd be most grateful.
Just this one time? I am all too aware that once one starts doing favors for the trade authority...
It seems that Andresia's shirt is textured incorrectly here.
Why? Feeling charitable?
Maybe.
I don't recall the exact figure off the top of my head, but with the interest it's accrued, I believe it's something substantial. So if you were able to find him and convince him to clear his accounts, you would have our honest gratitude.
You work for the trade authority, would you accept a gun?
Why? Feeling charitable? I don't recall the exact figure off the top of my head, but with the interest it's accrued, I believe it's something substantial. So if you were able to find him and convince him to clear his accounts, you would have our honest gratitude.
It is your choice, but be careful. Do not let him talk you into more.
Wonderful. I suggest paying a visit to the Sixth Circle, what I suppose is technically a bar on the lowest level of the city. If anyone knows where Percival is, the miscreants there would. But I would urge caution. They're not a group known for their hospitality.
Yes, you need me?
Oh, your clothes fixed. Alrighty, so time to go down here to the dive bar on the bottom floor. At least that's what I think Bethesda was trying to depict with this one, was a veteran dive bar.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for Devil's vets and their kin.
Doc Walker? You're barking up the wrong...
Andy, you. Why don't you come here and tell me?
The red eyes are some badge of honor, I take it? They would be difficult to conceal.
This stick drift is getting
Not
ridiculous.
every day a stray topsider wanders into my bar claiming they know people. What do you want with Dr. Walker?
Oh, thank you. Well, I did download one mod I'm going to keep a surprise, and the other mod is the Astrogate mod. I didn't read the full description, so I'm going to be kind of going into it blind, so we're going to see how intuitive the controls are.
Quite the bold claim to make. But if you are actually willing to help Percival, well, I might be inclined to return the favor. A friend to one devil is a friend to us all.
You know what? We'll see if we can get rid of that.
That's good to hear. Now, you want my opinion. Most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority and pay him direct, if you've got credits to throw away. Of course, rumor is the trade authority keeps all their records and collections files on a central server inside their storeroom. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be happy to cover the costs.
Crossing the trade authority could be perilous. There are real stakes here.
And, one friend of Percival's to another. Sidonia's full of old utility tunnels and crawl spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that led out right into the authority's storeroom. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Ooh, and you might need these. Now,
I get what you're
what
throwing
say you
down.
get out there and help Dr. Walker?
Hey, you. Percival's eerie friend. Come here. Heard you talking with Lou, so you're going to help Dr. Walker? Oh, good, good.
I'll try.
Percival's a good guy. Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to any B&E.
What if I kind of wanted to do some B&E?
Hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working on some projects in the deep mines. At least when he wasn't slaving away at his trade authority contract. But we stumbled on a way to make it useful and profitable. You give our research over to Octai at the trade authority.
Yes,
more than
that
cover
one.
Percival's debt. That guy's
We're
always
going to
looking for
see
an
if I get the opportunity to use that. I'm thinking, when is the next time I'm actually going to fly off planet here? It's probably going to take about an hour
it does.
to
It
kind
would
of
be.
bust through this, depending upon
there's
how
just
difficult the
one
fights
issue.
are. I forget how many
We were never able
leveled
to finish the research. The spacers
characters
moved
there
in and ran
are
us out.
down there
Started
that
setting
I
up
have to
shop.
fight. If they're
Oh,
leveled, they
I know
can
what comes
prove a little
next.
bit of a challenge.
But if you can clear them out, I can walk you through how to finish the research. Then you can give it over to the trade authority. They'll get
But
folks
I
working
am
with
going to
deep mines
definitely
again.
try to
Jobs
try
come
that.
back,
So I didn't read the
become a
description. We're
modern-day
going to see how
folk hero.
difficult it is for
Then
me
I
to
don't have
figure it
sleep
out.
on an inflated spacesuit anymore. Great, great. So access to the deep mines can be found outside the city. It's not far. Shouldn't even need to hop back in your ship. We'd set up right near the main drill. Taking out the spacer leader should get the message across to the rest of them to buzz off. Once you've managed that, phone up here on the comms panel, and I can walk you through finishing the research.
All right. Whoop, wrong way.
Deluxe condos aren't anything special.
So I think we're going to do a couple things here. I think I'm going to break into the bank first.
Hi, Dan. What do you need?
Kind of excited for that Astrogate one, because that can really add to the immersion factor. Even though, like, you're kind of not really getting a full-on
Yes.
like landing sequence and everything, and landing on the planet. I think it's rather easy to suspend disbelief in that case. How do I get back here? I forget.
Yeah, most visitors can't wait to get off this rock.
Oh, it's behind the bar, that's right.
Shoulder trying to start some fights.
But that's the kind of stuff that's
There's
getting
nothing
me
like
excited
seeing
about
old
mods.
coming through the big
Like, at the end of the day, I think what Todd Howard really promised us was a platform for mods, and we're seeing that kind of like exemplified in what is going on with like all the Star Wars mods. Basically, they're using it exactly how it's intended, to be used as a platform. Yeah, I can imagine in a couple years, well, probably in a couple months, we'll start seeing people drop like Star Wars quest lines. A very strong inclination that we will see that. What the heck? Did I screw this one up? Yeah, I did. I usually never miss these.
How, if you have the time, I wish to speak to you.
Don't worry, Andrasia, we will speak to you. See, one thing I wish I could do is I wish I could erase the other people's like I wish they had like other people in here that had debts and you had the ability to kind of erase it. I think that would have kind of furthered the roleplay elements of this quest line. So I think that's like a little touch. Probably a modder could easily pop in there, if that makes sense. All right, we're not going to talk to the trade authority guy yet. We're going to wait, or maybe we should, just so we don't have to go back. Bullets. Where am I? I just went in a giant circle. Here we are.
Hey.
Howdy.
What am I doing? Like, I can kind of like I could just fast travel to my ship from here, I believe.
Over here.
That is kind of what I'm excited for, mostly, is to see what people build within the Starfield universe. So that is definitely something to be excited for. Though, like, I'm excited that, like, other fandoms that may not have been quite happy with where their intellectual property has gone do have, like, a place to kind of, like, outlet their creative ideas. So I think that's probably a really good thing for the culture in general. I think there's been a lot of contention about like the direction of storytelling as of late, and giving people that outlet for kind of like creative expression with the intellectual properties they like, I think is probably a good way to, kind of cool things down a little bit. I've seen a lot of people get rather upset about the newer Star Wars, and I think their efforts would be better suited in just ignoring it and just doing their own thing. So I have one other mod than Astrogate installed, but it's kind of a spoof mod, a gag mod. So I kind of want to leave that as a surprise. Don't worry, we're going to see it for sure. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering how I'm staying aloft in Mars so easily, It is because I am using the Dark Star Starborn boost pack, which basically combines the power pack and the skip pack. I would not say it's super duper overpowered because, like, if you're playing with enhanced damage, landing this becomes tricky without, like, breaking your legs. So it does provide its own nuance and challenges. Yeah, you're dead. It's not that low G on Mars. I believe it's... Let's check. What does that say? 0.38 or 0.30? Sometimes I find like the font in this game is just absolutely tiny. But like you can stay aloft with some power pack, like with the skip, like with the balance pack, you can stay aloft in 0.4 Gs or below. That has been my finding with the base game. So I could probably stay aloft in this environment without that Starborn pack, but it does make it a ton easier, and you can stay aloft in like 1.5 Gs, to be honest. A lot of baddies in here. We'll see how leveled they are, though. They're leveled. Oh gosh. Uh-oh. I almost went down there. I might want to switch to something a little bit more aggressive.
Is that the best you can do?
Let's see what this guy dropped.
You think you can hide?
Unrivaled.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Unrivaled shoddy. Take that. Definitely take the quantum harness. I don't think I need the unrivaled bridger. Okay, come in here, Andrasia. So the thing I downloaded was the Dark Star Community lulls, and it adds duck grenades to your game. So I was using duck grenades in that combat. If you listen closely, when you throw a duck, it makes a quacking sound, and you chuck a wooden duck at the enemy. Nothing too overpowered. They're a little bit more powerful than the baseline grenades, which do not level too well with the gameplay. So, like, I think it's kind of necessary with the Dark Star add-ons to have almost that goofy frag grenade duck. Need everyone to be super quiet here. don't know what happened. They don't know what happened, Derek. They can't see us. Be quiet. They still don't know what happened. Cautioned, I'm not seen yet. They are leveled, so like these guys can kill me in a couple shots. Not invulnerable against them.
There you are.
Is he dead? He died.
You died today.
I can't get a clear shot at him. Better reload at least. Derek, keep him pinned down while I try to find a better shot.
Things I would do if I had
Okay, we
power
got
like
one up
that.
there, bugging around. Well, Andresia, we can give you powers like that if I download the Darkstar Emissary mod, which I have been contemplating a lot. Watch this. I'm going to ruin this guy's day.
Sometimes you gotta shoot first and ask questions later.
Are you prepared to die?
Let's get the sniper back out. I will say the Darkstar pack might have a little bit too much power. Like I was getting caught in the rafters there. Sorry if you hear a dog in the background. Let's... Okay, I think I got a clear shot of them. Missed. Gotcha. Got one left. Heal back up here. Should probably reload. Tissue infection. That is one of the struggles of playing with the difficulty turned up on the ailments. Like, they progressively get worse. So I'm probably, after I get out of combat and kill this last guy, I'm probably going to have to, you know what, here, looks like he ran all the way down there. So we're gonna treat up my wounds. Like, you actually like have to think about packing medical supplies with you. Difficulty settings, that's what I'm thinking about. All the different difficulty settings.
Could we talk?
Andresia, I will talk to you after this.
Oh, now we're talking.
She's close.
We are a very effective team, are we not?
I think they saw that body fall. You know what? Hold on here. That's what I want. Oh my god, they can still sound me with that.
Mode initiated.
Yeah, please initiate some combat mode. Got 3 of them. Real quick. You're dead.
I didn't feel a
Wow!
battle skill.
That was perfect. I got him like right in the corner of the pack.
You're not walking out of here.
Maybe I should pull this out.
Light him up! I'm hit!
Oh, Dad, do it again. Do it again. Shame that these here vermin didn't learn any manners.
Yeah, it is a shame he didn't learn any manners.
Everything okay, Dan?
Yeah, I think the one thing I'm a little bit skeptical about with the Emissary mod is, would my companion always be wearing the Starborn suit, or does it properly flip that off in habitable environments? I should test that. Because I think it would be kind of cool to, you know, for someone that was role-playing to basically role-play that they took their companion through the Unity with them, and they had Starborn powers, because I think that would kind of make it more of a fun thing for some people to play.
Hi, Dan.
There we go. This is always a hard part to sneak through here, because that is fences on each side, and sometimes they'll see you.
Looks like we got ourselves some trouble.
You're gone. You just got freaking nuked. I hope you drop some
It's time to feel the might.
quantum harnesses. Where'd his body go? There he went. 1-inch punch relic rattler.
Did they have anything of value?
Yes, I did. I don't like the berserker, but pretty cool. Oh, I believe I'm supposed to go down this cave if memory suits me correctly. And I believe it does. What the heck? It stopped transmitting. Yep. Sorry about that. I don't know what is causing that to occur. But it stopped transmitting for a brief moment to my Xbox to my computer.
Well, isn't this fun?
Thank God the stream didn't cut out, though.
Sorry, Dan.
I think you're in my way, Derek. Maybe that one's bugged out. Why am I sneaking everywhere? Oh, that's why I'm sneaking everywhere. Are they shooting at me? They are shooting at me. You. Keep that head
They
poked up.
got what they deserved. A one-way ticket to oblivion. Combat mode initiated.
Grenade in. Suck on that duck.
You're no match for Dan. Trouble could have been avoided, but you chose to face it head on. That was the wrong choice.
Unrivaled mouse. Agstorm. And gonna take that though. Pain. I'm experiencing pain. No, I did not. I kind of didn't really mess with, the loot too much, like the loot rules where you're able to loot everything off the, characters. And mainly, like, I get, like, the whole immersion factor, like, some people want that, and they want to be able to loot everything. I don't. Like, I don't loot everything as is right now. I don't need more lootable things. In there. There's a dead body.
Looks like we got ourselves some trouble.
It's gone. How about you poke your head out again?
Well, looky here.
I'm waiting for him to poke his head out. He's not. Okay. Shotgun. Shoddy. We're going in. He's apparently not coming out. Yeah, that guy blew up. I have this really nasty stick drift. I'm at the point where I positively don't think this controller is playable anymore.
Hi,
I
Dan.
think it's about time to get another one.
Hello? Oh, took care of the spacers, huh? Oh, good.
We can go through my game settings in a little bit. Once we get done with this dialogue. And this is kind of one of the, like, I feel like this change to the, like, combat settings and everything really makes the game customizable and probably blends really, really well with settings. So that's like gameplay options. So player combat damage, I have that set at very hard. Enemy combat damage, I set that at hard. Like, I like that at hard because I'm dying in about 2 shots. But if I put that at very hard, I can get like 1 shot if someone has like a legendary rifle. Enemy ship combat, I have that at hard. Probably as I dive deeper into the astrodynamics portion of, I'm probably going to be turning this up as I start to get a better ship. Ammo weight, of course, have to have that. I left the carrying capacity kind of normal. Cargo assisted distance, I left that at normal. Medical item healing, I turned that on slowly. I feel like that forces me to take cover. Instead of just going guns blazing, I'm just going to spam health. Food healing is set on none. Sleep healing, I put that on limited location. Substances, positive and negative. Affliction treatment, improve only. Infliction progress or prognosis, advanced. I did turn up the aim controls, or like the auto assist aim, a little bit on this, but not all the way. That's basically it.
Password accepted. Initiating analysis. Compound analysis complete. Adding to existing notation. Call rating. Process complete. You may collect your documentation.
With hard, it's kind of like difficult to say. I feel like they're a little, like, basically with like the combat enemy settings, that's a balancing act. I want enemies, like if I shoot you in the head with a sniper rifle that's decked out, I want you to die in one shot. I feel like that's realistic. Like if I'm getting like torso shots, basically I want like about 2 shots. And I feel that that is an appropriate balance, where the combat feels realistic, but at the same time, they're not like bullet spongy. And it's really going to depend on like your... oh, I forgot to pick up the key. I believe it was on top of here. Yes. But that stuff, like, it really depends on your gear. Like, when you first jump through the Unity and you have absolute garbage gear, hard difficulty is, like, extreme. If that makes sense.
Let's hope they're friendly.
Like, you're running around with Starborn suit. What other question? I have to talk to Percival Walker. We're just going to talk to Percival.
What do you need?
What's the HP at this level? That's a good question. So I'm like, I think a level 121. I don't really pay attention to it too much, but okay. See it up at the top there. See how little I pay attention to it. It's like 2859. That is such small font. And I almost forgot to grab and collect the data. I believe I gotta talk to this guy too.
All set? Good. You can take the elevator in that room back to the surface. There should be a key stashed in the thresh room, if the spacers didn't make off with it. I'll be waiting at the circle.
Okay. You'll be waiting at the circle?
Hey Dan, I've got something for you.
Yes, it's very parabolic, but I feel like that's kind of common for most RPGs. Like, I remember playing World of Warcraft or Diablo, and they kind of have like the very similar parabolic approach to like the statistics. And I feel that that is done for a reason to kind of keep gamers engaged. By giving them bigger and bigger numbers and essentially, bigger kind of like dopamine hits. Going up 2 points of health every level's kind of boring, but going up 2, then 4, then 8 is a little bit more interesting.
There's something we need to discuss.
Oh, that max shot is definitely... It's going to be the sniper rifle. Once I get the necessary parts to put instigating on this, plus the stealth stats I have, it is going to put an absolute ton of damage in that. So that increases the damage a fair amount, plus this concealment increases the damage a fair amount. I'm actually close to unlocking the 4th level with it. People say like melee's kind of unplayable in this game. Like I kind of have to disagree. think it's very playable. It's just people need to approach it from a future science fiction. We have laser weapons and hand cannons as guns. You know, if you're going to be doing a melee strike, it's going to be like a strike of opportunity. So I think the non-stealth, like barbarian approach is just unrealistic in a gameplay like this.
Young upstarts, former military, ex-cons. If you can...
But stealth melee, it's very approachable. Let's pay this guy's debts.
Was there something else? Do you now? Let me take a look at his... that's not the number I remember. Headquarters must have felt sorry for the old man. Here, his current balance.
So there's no kind of defense, like you can block, but I think it would be probably a good idea if someone was able to add like a ballistic shield, or more of like a sci-fi ballistic shield.
And if you do find him, please
I mean, that would be easy enough to imagine, and would probably could make a melee build a little bit more viable. You'd probably need like melee shotgun, up close quarters, hack and slash, start to get overwhelmed, and then pull out like a shotgun. Very well could see a gameplay style like that. And it would only take one small item to insert, and some gameplay mechanics as well around the whole shield blocking, but I think that could probably be done. Because like you already have a block function with the weapon itself. Like if that's your block. So you can block. I've never used it in combat because that would involve me going up against someone else using a melee weapon, which...
Yeah. Did you now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Was also going to warn you about spacers down there, but it sounds like you might have already tossed those drakes. Here, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Well, thank you. Let's talk to this guy here.
Not a lot of folks would have stuck. Give Percival my best when you see him. Percival's going to be real glad to have that weight off his shoulders.
Well, that's no longer an option, I guess, after you pay off his debt. Whatever.
I agree, 100%.
Then it's settled. I'll get the tickets just...
Oh, the pain.
Be careful down near the mine.
I do feel excited for like the Star Wars fandom, though. I can't wait to see what they actually do create in this game. Like right now it seems primarily reskinning and making it feel like Star Wars, but I feel like once that point gets done and they start quest writing is when we're going to see some very exciting things happen. So I'm kind of holding off on doing a review until we start to kind of get to that level of the development where we're starting to build out like Star Wars quest lines.
The sound of music.
I have things I wish to discuss with you.
I'll get to you, Andrasia. We need to talk to Percival first.
Hi, Dan.
Okay, Percival, I believe you're down these rail tracks. Okay, the Dark Star pack is a little bit much in the Mars gravity. I wonder if there would be a way to adjust the pack based off the gravity of the planet. That's a lot quicker than the normal route.
Can't say I don't appreciate it. I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts?
I'm here to make a delivery for an old colleague of yours, Hadrian Sinan.
Adrian sent you. Did she look okay?
You know, she looked pretty good. Yeah.
A terramorph. She's fortunate to be alive at all. Hope you two had plenty of backup. So what's this she had you bring all the way down here after putting you in harm's way?
Let's be sarcastic. Tau Gourmet's own free-range, 100% human-fed terramorph cells.
Terramorph attack, huh? Not exactly sure why you'd be bringing that... Wait, Tau Gourmet? Like Tau Ceti Tau Gourmet? That's a joke, right? There's no settlement old enough on Tau Ceti to have a terramorph. Either someone's setting up the worst petting zoo in the universe, or if she made you come all the way for this. Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Alrighty. I think after this, we are going to try that Astrogate mod, and then call it quits from there. Probably spend like 10-15 minutes just messing around with it.
I would like a chance to talk to you, if you are able.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Managed to negotiate it down to something more reasonable. Good to see someone give the Trade Authority a bit of their own medicine.
Okay, go do your thing.
All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved.
Well, it's not a fake. I collected it myself.
Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian.
Does not ring a bell.
It was a city wiped completely off the map by terramorphs. The swarms were so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tal Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
The chances for survival, let alone maintaining any kind
Her
of
clothes
functioning
texture is messed
society,
up
would be
again.
slim indeed.
I think I have to drop
So, you lugged
that
this bad
down the
omen all
load
the way
order a
here.
little bit.
You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
Let's go with the first option.
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster if we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
What do you need?
You to get out of my way. Thank you. You too.
Scanning.
Hi, Dad.
I would like a chance to talk to you.
I will get to you, Andrasia. Feel like there was another way out. Whatever. There was definitely another way out. The quest marker led me wrong. It's taking me the long way out. That looks like a vault door. Just be honest there. I think it's supposed to be like a drill. Oh god, I'm in the rafters. Too tight of space to do that. Where is this quest marker taking me? I'm taking the elevator here. Because, like, I think this quest marker is taking me back out the front door.
Hi, Dad. What do you need?
Meet Hadrian at the... Why is it telling me to go through there? Bazaar, bazaar, bazaar. Remember, sometimes the quest marker will just lead you in the stupidest route to your quest.
Been looking for you. Let's talk.
I do not want to talk to you yet, mysterious tracker. I will do that quest later. Probably live stream that quest. It's definitely a fun one. Zero-G gunfight. It definitely has its curveball at the end.
This place looks
If you are free
dangerous.
soon, could we talk?
Almost break time.
So we are just going to meet Hadrian, and then after this, we'll take a break from questing and test out that astrogate. And I am choosing to do that because I do not want Percival as my follower for much longer.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
All right.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
Well, it definitely wasn't a walk in the park.
And I'm sorry about that.
But I didn't die.
I'm just glad you both came through it intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's going to take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on two conditions. One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And two, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
Doesn't sound like any run-of-the-mill data you're after. I think you owe me an
Of
explanation.
course. You deserve the full story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
So essentially, they're war criminals making bioweapons. Then what does this make you two now? Is the UC going to throw me in prison for helping you?
No. We were both dismissed after the war for what we did. These days, we're just concerned citizens with a very particular area of expertise. Our damage has been done for a long time.
Well, I do actually know who they are, and their past as well. It's none of my concern. I think you should always be
Well, it was during that
concerned when someone's doing
that the
war
UC
crimes.
asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the Cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Very good question. And why should I trust you with this data? How do I know it's not dangerous?
Because the Terramorph project was doomed from the start. Terramorphs are too mean, too smart, too hungry to be used in combat. Trust us, we tried. The data that's in the archives, it's historical write-ups, anatomical notation, food chain analyses. I doubt they would have even classified it if it didn't have a Xeno-Warfare logo on it. You have my word. It's not a threat. All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the Cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Okay, we're going to take a break and test out that Astrogate mod with Andrasia and team. Oh man, I'm bleeding now.
What do you need?
Hey, I need to talk with you. Hey.
The word, and we shall be on our way.
Let's take off.
If you have the time, I wish to speak to you.
I will talk to you later, Andrasia, off the live stream.
In such a vast universe, it's a credit to the persistence of evolution that life exists at all. I guess that it can't afford to be fussy.
Okay. Let's do this. I believe we go to inventory, we go to weapons, and I believe the controller... Ah! Stupid stick drift. Right there. Equip it. Enable planetary travel. Oh my dear God. Okay. That definitely does something.
Wow, the universe is so big. I feel so small.
Let's see if we can fly to something. Deimos is not that far away. Okay, we gotta hold it. I went past Amos. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. .1 light seconds away. Well, interplanetary travel is definitely possible. Though I will say, like, being precise with it is probably going to be difficult. Though I did see there was an autopilot. So let's check out that. Let's check out the autopilot. Oh, it disappeared. Let's get up and sit back down and see if it respawns.
Hi Dan, what do you need?
Okay. So it's Deimos. That's Venus. Traveling to Venus. We're making some pretty good headway, but like I would have to turn up the speed pretty substantial to get there in a reasonable time. But I mean, like, if you were looking for a realistic space simulator, this is kind of what it would be. I mean, reality, you're going to be looking at hours between planets. So, like, I mean, you can turn up this cruise mode, but like that's just not going to be realistic. What's my speed? We've traveled like 20 light seconds so far, and Venus is like 500. So what I think I'm gonna do, oh wait, autopilot's on. I think it continues while like I'm up. Well, you know what? Let's go make some stuff and then come back and see how much closer we are to Venus. Da-da. I know if I go down here, I can find a workbench to make stuff. Oh my god. Who are you? You're the adoring fangirl. You scared the freaking crap out of me. You're still mute. I hope they fix that file type. I'd like to discuss that because, like, people might still find it annoying, but I think the ability to entirely replace characters in this game is interesting. And it's interesting because there were some characters I just was not fond of. I do not get the feeling that the ship is moving. So you might see me moving erratically. That is because the stick drift on my left joystick is getting bonkersly bad.
Making your own way in the world. Quite literally, it seems. I have things I wish to discuss with you.
Oh, I'm gonna make some black hole hearts. Starting to get there. Alright, let's go back up. We were at like 475 or 473 range-wise when I got up from the chair. Let's see if we traveled any closer to Venus. And see how long it would take for us to get to Venus. Alright, okay. We're at like 540. I think we were at 575 before. So, yeah, we in fact, the autopilot does keep traveling while you are doing stuff. I wonder what would happen if I slept. We're gonna do it. Let's find a seat or something, and we're gonna pass, say, 4 hours of time. What were we? We were 540. Remember that. I'm now malnourished. Let's see where we're at now.
Hey Dan, I've got something for you.
I'll just hit B. Oh, Venus is right there. Like a...
Wow, is this your ship, Dan? It's so cool. Oh, look at all these shiny...
Does that say 587? Did we travel backwards? Where is Mars?
I'll try not to touch anything, Dan. Especially the big red buttons.
Where the heck are we? Jupiter's over there. Pluto's over there.
Big red buttons. No, Derek. Resist the temptation.
Where are we?
Do machines have temptations? I'm calculating right now what would happen if I press that button.
I must see. Okay, so it's still placing the pin there, but like I feel we are somewhere over here.
Over there. Is that temptation? Makes you think, doesn't it?
How far away is Mars?
Hey, wait. Am I thinking?
It's like 49 light seconds away, I think.
Therefore I am.
Yeah.
Wow, I think I'm thinking.
Okay, let's do something else. Let's see if we can turn up the speed on this. Yeah, I think that would be extremely immersive if I could set up the autopilot, have kind of like a realistic, like it would take 4 hours to get to a place, and then from there be able to sleep. I don't know how to adjust the speed. I don't see it in the settings. Am I able to turn speed off? Well, let's see. We'll probably just disable it. Like, this is a cool add-on. I don't know if it's something I would realistically play with, to be honest. I think like the novelty of this would probably wear on me after like a half hour or so. But that being said, I think there is a particular player that would prefer this style of gameplay that is substantially more immersive. I'll have to look into that README file to see how I can mess with the speeds. So, let's see here. I think I am probably going to give it quits at this point. Just travel back to my base and pick this up at another time. Probably sometime later this week, I'll probably be putting out another basic mod collab of a bunch of different mods, probably like 10 or so, and just spend about 30 seconds on them. I'll probably include the Astrogate because I do think there would be an audience that would prefer this. I'm not sure if it's going to be my cup of tea, but I am glad it does exist because I think that's cool with the interplanetary travel.
I would like a chance to talk to you.
I do want to try the immersive, whatchamacallit, grav jump. Let's see, one thing here. I got 3 of these. I was hoping to get 4. But I think I'm going to call it quits at this point in time.
Hey, what's up?
Try to enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll be putting out something on mods later on this week where I gather up some footage from a bunch of different mods that I have installed that I haven't had time to kind of review yet, but I can go through. Like this Sarah outfit replacer, which I think people should probably get. What else here that I haven't covered? I don't think I covered Andrasia's walk in a video, so I think I probably will cover that. Proper companion previews, I will cover that as well. Make Rosie a real doctor. I think that kind of goes hand in hand if you were turning up the difficulty with like ailments, like if you break your leg, if you turn up the difficulty on that, the make Rosie a real doctor makes sense, and it makes a lot of use to have her on your ship. I will probably cover this one. This adds a pretty cool pistol. This one, I need to cover this. I have not seen a Terramorph yet. But I definitely actually will in the quest line I am in right now, so I'll probably record the footage of me doing the next quest. This I'll cover as well. This I'm going to hold off until it's fixed, but I'll probably cover that shortly. And this, of course, because, you know, I think it's probably going to be important to the players that want the maximum amount of immersion within their game. I do think it needs a little bit more work. I do like the fact that you can have your ship take off and land. That makes it super cool. Does have some quirks here. So like the author's being honest with it and kind of detailing the quirks and weird things going on with it. So I'll cover it. I still think it should be covered, even though that's kind of like a work in progress. But I can imagine in like a year or so after being developed on, probably, you know, add a ton to the immersion factor, working out some of the quirks and making it a little bit more user friendly. But I'll give that a run through. But like always, if you give me a like and subscribe, I do appreciate them. And please enjoy the rest of your Sundays. So have a good one. We're going to